live. Uh, Trying something new just for the hell of it. Uh, it is just past midnight on the Eastern time. I just finished doing some tape on 258. I can't believe I did close to a 16-minute breakdown of Usman and Burns. So as soon as I'm done the stream, I'm gonna hop off and finish editing that shit and then putting it out. I'll actually put it out to the public right off the bat. You know, I mean, normally I just throw it up on the Patreon to give those guys, just a little extra perk, extra incentive. But what I think I'm going to be doing moving forward is usually tape the main event first whenever I move on to the next card. And just put it out to the public. And then at least it's just another thing for me to get out there nice and early. And then the rest of the breakdowns will come out on the Patreon as normal up until the day that I drop the podcast, which is normally Mondays of fight week. But yeah, I'm happy that I did the tape on that fight, Usman and Burns. It's going to be a great fucking fight. I can't wait to watch that fight. Great fucking fight. I even I hit up fucking Henry Hooft. I hit up Henry Hooft through IG, and I'm just like, hey, I heard that you might not be, you won't be cornering either of these guys because they're obviously students of yours. He's like, yeah, I have no involvement with either's camp. Gilbert Burns is going to have Vicente Luque, Wagner Hocha, and like two other guys that are normally in his corner. And then Usman obviously has Trevor Whitman and the Denver guys. So I can't fucking wait, man. Like Usman's been with that camp now for two camps, right? Originally, he was supposed to fight Gilbert Burns. Burns pulls out. In steps Jorge Masvidal, and so now this is going to be his second camp with Trevor Whitman and those guys. Seen pics with him and like Eddie Alvarez, Justin Gaethje. He's in the room at the same time as like Rose Namajunas, which is jokes. And I also saw after the Masvidal fight, I think he went down to Fortis MMA for a little bit as well. He was training with those guys, but now he's up in Denver. But man, I don't know about you guys, but I truly rate Usman as probably going down as one of the greatest welterweights of all time. Like his skill set is fucking amazing, man. Like it's insane. Like to have that level of wrestling, that level of strength, and then you have the cardio to back it up. Are you kidding me? The guy is an absolute beast. I really can't wait for that fight. But like the guy's going to be a champ for a while. I think the only person to possibly beat him would be Colby Covington, who has a very similar style himself, right? And that fight was fucking close. That first one, literally, the judges had it down the middle. One judge had it 2-2 going into that fifth. One judge had it, and then the other two judges had it 3-1 the other ways. So yeah, fuck. I'm stoked. Yeah. Obviously, you guys can tell which side that I'm on just by how much I'm jacking off Kamaru right now. But yeah, it's a good fight. I think Burns would be the second most of a threat to Usman. I truly believe Colby would be the one to beat Usman, if anybody. Unless we see what happens with this Khamzat Chimaev kid, right? What if that kid comes out to be like this guy that can go 5 fucking rounds, grapple you to death, ground and pound you, or he might not even need 5 rounds. He could just continuously take you down and just smash your face to the canvas. So, yeah, welterweight division is popping. Welterweight division is popping. All right, let's see what the chat's saying. Appreciate you guys. I can't believe I pulled 30 people in here within 4 minutes at midnight on a fucking Wednesday. Well, I guess it's Thursday morning now. Yeah, it's crazy, yo. All right, let's check it out. Rex Lee, B-Town in the house. Shout out. What part of Brownton you from, bro? Biggs Omega, what's going on, dude? Appreciate you hopping out. My guy MMA King saying hook up a toque. My girl actually made this for me for Christmas, but I got some things coming. I'm hoping that I can dot my I's and cross my T's, but I got some stuff dropping. I wanted to wait for the perfect time to like drop some new merch. But yeah, I got something. I can't wait. I wanted to do it in part with the new studio look, but got pushed back a little bit. Regardless, I'm giving you guys enough hints. Just wait a couple weeks and I'll get it sorted out. Roberto Lopez, you are on every stream ever. Are you not? every single stream. I appreciate your undying support for all the guys that do the work that I do, and the predictors and shit. But we appreciate your support just as much. TA, any realistic chance Cody Stamen wins inside the distance, or do you think it's safe to put Stamen by decision in parlays? Oof, that's one that I have an issue with. I can't tell, man. Like, I wish I could give you guys a prop for that fight because I truly believe Cody Stamen wins this fight um, by any means necessary. Like, he can win it however he wants. However, Cody's not really known to be a finisher, right? There's another fight that just happened recently with Ricky Simone. I mean, not notoriously a finisher, but the skill discrepancy between him and that cat were just so far apart that I'm like, he's going to win. I got a little overzealous and I'm like, okay, Ricky Simone round one, but it took him to round two. You know what I mean? But I thought he could beat him any which way, and that's exactly what happened. I think Cody could beat this guy any way that he wants, but I feel as though it's going to be a decision more than anything. So if you're putting a gun to my head and telling me to choose inside the distance or decision, I'm going to go with decision. But yeah, it's a tough one. I'm fine with parlaying fucking Cody up at like minus 450, minus 500. Honestly, I don't think this guy has anything for Cody Stamen. So yeah, if anything, it's just a little cherry on top for your parlays. Roberto Lopez knows exactly what's up. Henry Hooft is a monster. Let me see. Burns by KO. All right. I respect that. Usman's skills are not super rounded. Interesting. Locky late night show. I know. Shout out to I got the name idea from Chris DiStefano, if you guys are comedy fans. The guy always calls himself like Chrissy something, like Chrissy Quarantitties or some shit. I'm like, you know what? I just want to do it like a Locky late night show. Maybe that's what it is. Roberto Lopez is not impressed. A+ is saying LOTN high as fuck. A little bit, yeah. I'm also trying to keep it a little bit low, like it's midnight, got the wife and all that stuff in the other room, so I don't want to wake anybody up. But yeah, I felt like this stream was necessary, and depending, like based on the numbers that we're getting right now, I'm glad that I did. 69 Boyer 69. Hey bro, what do you think of Usman changing camps? Is it a sign Burns got the best of him in training? No, it's absolutely because he just wants to go train somewhere else. Like, I don't think they'd be comfortable training in the same gym to a certain extent. Maybe they could flip-flop the times they get in. But even, again, Henry Hoof, their main head coach, he's not coaching either of them. So Burns has his Brazilian boys down there. And Usman's just like, let me just nomad this shit. And luckily for him, he chose a great camp. You know what I mean? Trevor Whitman, and that gym over there, and the training partners that he has. He could have gone to a super camp, right? But he chose a good enough camp that's not that massive, and has a highly intelligent guy in Trevor Whitman leading the charge. So if I were a champion and I had to choose another gym, I'd highly consider working with Whitman if you'd have me. Ben Peak, what's up? Just got done with work. Damn. Working those late nights, eh? I see ya. Appreciate you joining the stream, buddy. Rexley, I'm a Saga boy. I'm not too far from that. I'm pretty much, yeah, I'm not too far. I'm like on the southern side of Brampton. So, but yeah, shout out. Appreciate the support. All of Lock the Night is tight. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Random live at a random time. I know. I just finished up studying, so I'm just like, let's do it. And I didn't want to go to sleep this quickly. Do kids still say tight? Kind of, depending on how gangster you want to be. The studio looks great. Jason Hagholm, appreciate you hopping on the stream for a little bit, man. That's greatly appreciated. Yeah, I can't believe we're closing in on a year since I had you in the studio. If you guys haven't already checked it out, I used to do a Combative show where I bring in guests. Like, once I got my studio completely done and was able to like have people come in. Jason was one of the first guys to come in because he's a commentator over there at BTC Promotions, which is like this Ontario regional MMA show, one of the only around, and they're doing it very well. And I wanted him to come in just to help me talk about some of the Canadian talent. So if you guys are into Canadian MMA at all, go back and check out the episode I did with him. It's on this channel. Shout out, Jason. Appreciate you coming out. You need to send me more Wiener Dog pics as well. Come on, Jason. You see Alfred more than I see yours. Just saying. Cody has no value. Cody, I don't know, man. I think he mops the floor with this guy. MMA Genie, what's up, Lock? What's going on, Genie? Why are you up so late? Don't you have school in the morning, dude? I'm sort of a parlay specialist. Don't tell me you're the parlay king. The best parlays are on the main and co-main combos. So you're thinking Volkov and what's co-main? I can't think. Oh, Sandhagen. I don't know about that. 9 minutes. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you dropping by. Ben Peak, did you already start researching for 258? Not a great card name wise. Yeah, I just finished the Usman and Burns tape. I did like 16 minutes on it in terms of recording a breakdown for it. As soon as I hop off this stream, I will be editing it and putting it up on the Patreon. And I believe you are a Patreon member, so shout out to you, Ben. So yeah, you should get that breakdown within the next hour or so. Yeah, that's the only fight I've gotten through. Next one I want to get through is Pedro Munoz and Jimmy Rivera. I have a very strong lean on Jimmy Rivera, but I want to, again, you got to put in the work. You got to validate these thoughts. And yeah, if my pre-tape memory serves me correct, I really like Jimmy Rivera here. So yeah. 9 minutes. What's your best parlay on this card then, Roberto? Yeah, what's it all about? Choi wins inside the distance plus 460. Choi is not a bad dog. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people on him throughout this week. Personally, I'm still picking Zalal, but yeah, it's not a high confidence pick either. So I don't bang on anybody that's got Choi there. Roberto Lopez, let's talk a moment about Guida Johnson. Do we really want to waste time on that fight? It's weird how like the shittiest / sloppiest fights are normally the most talked about. Genie's saying he has law on topology, just throwing some bets out there. Corey Sandhagen is a parlay piece for me this Saturday. Tell me I'm wrong. Edgar can make the fight close, man. He can make it very, very close. His durability held up against Munoz, which a lot of people didn't think it was going to. And he won a decision there. This was only 3 rounds. Corey Sandhagen has not the greatest takedown defense, but I do think he'll be able to get back up. Will he be able to finish Edgar? I'm not 100% sure. But I would rather play Cody Stamann in that minus 400 range than I would want to play Corey Sandhagen at this minus 400 range. I think the skill discrepancy between the two fighters in both of those fights is much wider in the Cody Stamann fight. Hastings is saying, how confident are you in Mike Rodriguez getting the KO? I absolutely think, I'm trying to reel myself in and trying not to exaggerate it too much, but I think he absolutely deads this guy. Like, Danilo Marquez is not good. He's not good. Yeah. Now, if this creeps into the second round, I will have some questions and I'll be very disappointed. But I think Mike Rodriguez goes out there and puts this guy out. Like, I don't think this guy has faced anybody that hits as hard as Rodriguez, who has as good Muay Thai as him too. The clinch game is nice. His leg kicks are insane. Obviously, the one flaw would potentially be him, getting taken down and stuff. And a lot of people want to allude to the John Allen fight, but Allen got popped for Roy's for that fight. And also, John Allen mixes the MMA game together way better than a Danilo Marquez will be able to. I mean, this guy's 35 years old, black belt in jiu-jitsu, but just doesn't look it. You know what I mean? Struggles submitting guys on the regional scene that he should be able to take out of there relatively quickly. Yeah, I think Mike Rodriguez batters this guy. I'd be shocked. I'd legitimately be shocked if you see Danilo Marquez go out there and win 2 UFC fights. Like, the Khadisi Bragimov fight was just who's the shittier one, right? And we found out that night it was Khadis. Yeah. Zalal is in for about it. Yeah, personally, I'm staying away from that fight. I'm not going to be parlaying Zalal or anything like that. Maybe just a super long shot parlay or something like that. But yeah, no serious money on him. HG Sick Vlogs, what's going on? Thoughts on Leon versus Khamzat? I've been scratching my head on the line for a bit now. I can't believe Leon is a plus 160 dog. Seems too good to pass. Whew. Pre-fight and obviously pre-search, as I like to call it as well too, I gotta feel like Leon Edwards has some value at plus 130. Like, we're talking about a guy that but got around off of Kamaru Usman. You know what I mean? That, again, you guys already know how much I've been jacking off Kamaru Usman this entire stream, but that was years ago as well too. right? So how dominant is Khamzat actually? I mean, don't like I don't know. I feel very skeptical about laying chalk on a guy, especially against a um, top three welterweight, laying minus 170, minus 180, whatever it is. He could be that good. But this is our first true test of what we're actually getting from this guy. So let's just wait it out. Let's just see how he performs against this guy. This could be the fight that truly tells us how high his ceiling is. So yeah, I wouldn't mind that plus 160 only in Edwards. But to be honest, I think I'm just going to sit back and watch that fight. Like that would be our true barometer of where Hamzat's skill set truly is. So I'd rather not put money on that fight personally. But if you're forcing me to put a bet, I'd go on the Leon Edwards side, especially with that value, in my opinion. Again, guys, he only switched camps because they're at the same training camp. Let's not make this a bigger deal than it is. Usman needed better striking. I think his striking is getting better. Like, I don't think he needs to be fucking Israel Adesanya with the striking at this point in time, based off of all the advantages he has in the other skill sets of MMA. Fucking wrestling, cardio, pace. He's fine. His striking is getting better. Burns is getting better too in terms of striking, and he might have a little bit more power there, but how is that striking going to look after 10 minutes? Like, I truly think the only way Burns wins this fight is if he finishes him early. That's it. And I truly think 9 out of 10 times Usman wins this fight. I know everyone is saying pass for Guida Johnson, but Guida straight up at plus 170. I have Johnson winning, but he doesn't deserve to be minus 225. Yeah. Justin's on the ball right here. If I were to play that fight, it would be Guida, but then again, I'm passing on that fight. This is a tough card to bet. I only have personally right now, I have 3 bets. Manny, what's going on, buddy? Appreciate you checking out the stream, Pudgy. Ooh, you guys are lighting up the chat. All right, let me try to catch up to this shit. Corey's too high, man. Not worth it against the Legend. I agree. Leon will get finished. Interesting. Hit the like. Yes, thank you, Justin. Remind the peeps. Hit the like. That helps for sure. Hi, Daddy. I have Troy going the distance, getting the upset. Yeah, I think that the over 2.5 in that fight is a good one as well too. Luck of the night. You're going to be watching Van Zandt Friday? Nah. I got the stream that I'm doing for odds on Friday night, and I'd rather be doing work. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather catch the highlights of stuff like that. Uh, it's a grind. You know what I mean? Like for the predictors out there, you guys know, like it's a grind, especially if you want to go through as every single fight as thoroughly as I like to go through it. Because at the end of the day, even if I don't have a bet on it, I want to give you guys as much information as I possibly can. And unluckily for me, my memory just is not the greatest. So I like to really go through these guys every week to week basis and remind myself. Then luckily we get guys like Jerome Rivera, who I just looked into like, a couple weeks ago, and he steps in on short notice. So that saves me a little bit, but yeah, not watching BKFC live, if that's what you're asking, Justin, but I'll definitely check out the highlights. If Johnson loses to Guida, you should retire. You must know this too. I think this is one of those careful fights against Johnson. Yep. I apologize, guys, but I'm going to skip over some comments just to catch up to the live. Tanner Bledsoe, what's going on, buddy? Stipe plus 120 on the rematch. I'm done betting Francis fights, man. Like, no matter how many different angles you try to break down a Francis fight, it just doesn't fucking matter. Like, if that guy lands cleanly enough on you, you're probably going to go out. Now, if history serves us anything, Stipe's eaten those bombs and walked through it and still beat him via decision, right? But does Stipe still have that durability? Who knows? That's a question. Like, he got knocked out by DC in that amount of time. I'm not saying that that's going to be a huge indicator of that, but again, if Francis, it's all about Francis landing that one bomb. This guy's not going to win a decision. He's not going to go out there out wrestle and grind Stipe. It's like, is he going to knock him out or not? And if you think that it's a narrow path for him, as I do in like other instances, like fights like Justin James against Gavin Tucker, I knew the knockout threat was there, but I thought it was a very narrow path. Now, how narrow do you have it for a guy like Francis, who has the fucking power that he has, right? think if you're getting any plus money on the champ here, you're getting value. So yeah, if you're gonna bet this fight, you gotta bet Stipe, I think, or Francis by KO. Those are the two easiest bets that he could possibly make. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe he means Reem Edgar. I'd be interested to know actually. Reem by sub plus 1200. That's not a bad prop, but I think his path to victory here is going to be decision. And I've dangled the sub prop for Reem in the past as well, especially against guys like Jairzinho Rosenstrike. But um, it doesn't seem like that's what he's really aiming for nowadays. It's like control, land good shots, control. He doesn't seem to fish for submissions like he used to earlier in his career when he racked up like all these submission wins in Pride as well, right? So not a bad prop, but I would rather take the decision prop. Z, you already know what's up, man. Come on. Roberto Lopez is saying Volkov Stamen plus 106. Again, I'm on over him. I don't have a bet on him. And overrides. Well, Nick, if Johnson fights the way he is and doesn't slip up, yeah, he will definitely look like a parlay piece. It's do you have the balls pre-fight to shell your money out? And I don't. My guy 9 minutes is saying I'm betting Frankie Edgar. Odds are crazy, and it's all or nothing for Frankie. And Frankie does have tools to upset Cody. It's just if he can pull it off. Yeah, like if you want to talk about value, I feel like Edgar is definitely like the value play of the card here. Like given his skill set, given how he looked last time around, he can make it a tough fight for Corey. But Corey, yeah, don't fuck me up. It's Corey Sandhagen, not Cody Sandhagen. But yeah, let's see. Be cool on that too. Couldn't believe when I saw it. Z said Danilo is so bad, but I didn't bet him at plus money versus Cadiz. Yeah. I had the under in that fight, so that was even more depressing. But yeah, I think Rodriguez actually slaps up Danilo here. How did you grow so fast? I remember I was falling before 1K. That wasn't so long ago. I cracked the 1K sub mark in August, actually. And it's crazy how exponential it is from that. But obviously, like, I'm not to pat myself on the back, I'm putting in work. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I am like this fucking close to just writing in my resignation to my 9 to 5. I'm almost there. Like, I want to be smart about it. And, yeah, I just want to be smart about it pretty much. And I'm almost there. Thanks, Chris. This was courtesy of the wife for Christmas. I've had it for a little bit now. Just never really showed it off. John Allen has way more dog in him than Marquez. Yeah. John Allen is, again, and he had the sauce city, baby, for John Allen that fight. Marquez is not going to be able to mix it up that well. Lopez is saying, and take the under in the Rodriguez and Marquez fight. I did in the Cadiz fight, but then again, I do think that Rodriguez has a much better chance of finishing this fight than Cadiz did. Hollywood hitters, are those neon signs? Yes, absolutely. I got them from the site called aoos.com. Took a while to get here, but once I got here, looks lit, right? It's kind of set up what I wanted to go for. The background itself, though, like the wallpaper, that was more so a decision on the fly. As soon as I saw the pattern, though, I'm like, that looks dope. I still got to like hide these wires. Where is it? Like that wire right there. That's the wire for the neon sign. I just got to hide that. This is one on this side as well. You can't really see it because the mic stand's usually blocking it, but yeah, I want to hide that shit. Let's see. Danny Legs is in the house. 1.5 units on Leon Edwards, plus 168. I'm not mad at it, dude. I am not mad at it. Once that card comes around, then I'll be like, okay, let me dig into it a little bit more. And I wouldn't be surprised if I came out on the other side with a bet on Leon here. Like, hindsight, it's probably going to make everybody look so dumb to not take a proven contender like Leon Edwards against a guy that pummeled Reese McKee, pummeled no, what's his name? Fucking John Phillips, and then knocks out Joe Mearshart with one punch. Okay. What do you do against Leon Edwards? Let's see. Lucky Locks Picks is saying Stipe Francis early predictions. I'm going to go Stipe, but again, Francis will say fuck all your plans and fuck your game plan. I'm going to hit you with the snook and you're not going to survive it. 9 minutes is also alluding to changing camps for Usman, especially as a champ. He's been with them for 2 camps now. You know what I mean? He won that Masvidal fight, and again, it's not too bad. I don't think it's a bad thing. Chapuzzo Fornio. Absolutely butchered that. Any thoughts about McCann Procopio? Is it possible for Molly to success? I'm assuming he meant for her to succeed. I actually have a bet on Procopio here. I got her at plus 140. I think she's going to be able to get this fight to the ground, implement her jiu-jitsu. And as you guys will see on the Propping You Up show tomorrow, one of my 3 favorite props is going to be Procopio via submission. I think it's in the plus, 100 range? Let me see if any movement has happened. It's been a while since I've actually seen it. Procopio via submission plus 840. So still massive amounts of value in my opinion there. So yeah. Roberto Lopez, love the Friday streams, but you guys have killed me of late. Yeah, we've all really fucking we've shot the bed a little bit. I think the only gleaming mark was my Rodriguez pick. That's really about it. Yeah, exactly. You already know, Roberto. Like you take information from all different places wherever you can, and then make your own judgment at the end of the day with the information that you hear. So, Stipe, make me. Luke, he's saying he's popping in to say what's up on a card. Tough to find value. I think Rosa via decision around even is one of the better plays of the card. Yeah, Hosa, she's fun, man. Yeah, I could see the decision prop. That's a solid spot. What are the odds for that one? It's not a bad line, man, or a bad spot, I should say. Let's see. Hosa via decision. Plus 110. Ooh, not too bad. I like what I've seen from Edwards, but I do think that Hosa is the more complete fighter there. MMA Genius asking about the intro song that I have for the podcast. There was a guy that he's not on Twitter anymore, and I don't remember what his SoundCloud page was, but he used to do the intro videos for, if you guys know who Ben Folks and Chad Dundas are, they do the Co-Main Event podcast. They just do like random, like people will send them random instrumentals, and sometimes they'll use them. And I heard one of his, reached out to him. He said, hit up my SoundCloud page. And then I'm like, this is the one that I want. He's like, all right, it's all yours. I'm like, all right, sick, cool. It is dope, isn't it? Lock, I parlayed Cody when he was fighting Andre. So is he still going to be on my parlay? No, he will be not. They'll void that leg and continue that parlay as if Cody wasn't even bet. I gotta check out that guy's intro. Some big praise here. Overeem always looks for ground and pound instead of subs. Yep, my guy Stefano is correct there. Reem doesn't go for subs because even when they tap it, doesn't count. Yeah, shut up, Z. I feel disgusting even saying that joke. Killer G is on the money here. Ngannou has better English than Stipe. Tanner Bledsoe brings up Rosenstrike at plus 220 against Cyril Gane. That's a great fight, man. I'd lean Gane pre-tape. I was going to fade Gane when he was originally scheduled to fight that Ante Delia guy, where they got to cancel the week of because PFL didn't want him to fight. But that guy brought like a wrestling game to it, right? That's the difference. I don't know. I might just pass on that fight. See, just quit lock. You're there. Time to fly the coop. I'm close, man. I'm so fucking close. I'm so close. Sammy Davis. First time you see me do a late night episode. Yeah, just thought I'd kick it. I mean, Socrates is saying he can't wait for the prop show tomorrow. Yes, I can't wait either. I love doing that show with Cody. Cody's such a beast. But yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys on the odds channel there. Yeah, Justin, I know you just got monetization, which is great because you cracked that 1K mark. It takes a while. Like once you set up your Google ads and all that type of shit, and the way for you to get paid, like it updates like once a month. I think around like the 22nd or something. So yeah, you just got to be patient. That's all. It's not a large sum of money either, right off the bat. Especially considering like the 3 to 4K views that I normally get for my podcasts. What I'm trying to do is release the individual breakdowns as well too, and try to get those going because that would be another 2 to 3K views per times 12 per card, right? So yeah, that would be nice. Yes, people, hit the like button. B Cole is saying Ryan Hall plus 180 lock of the Millennium 5,000 unit slam. Is that what he's at right now? Who's his opponent again? I forgot who he's fighting. Z's saying I think Smith is going to melt James. He's too slow, and Smith has 8.5-inch reach. He's fast, very clean striker, and people overreacting into him getting knocked out as a huge favorite last time around. I think you're on the money there. And I'm Mr. Number One when it comes to wanting to fade a guy like Justin James. I'm just a little bit skeptical. Like the last time we saw James come in on super short notice, knew his gas tank was compromised. He wasn't going to be able to lean on that. Goes out there, starts throwing bombs, knocks out Frank Camacho. Possibly do that to Smith here. So I need to see a little bit more of Smith. He is definitely the better fighter. Just a little bit skeptical. That's all. If you have the balls to take that risk, go for it. Just trying to swoop through the chat right now. See what else. Ooh. Chapulsi Fornio. Okay, thank you. One last thought about Fajeda versus Dariush. I love Fajeda here, or as I like to call him, Fortis Fajeda. Very, very much looking forward to it. Yeah. Tough fight, but I got Fajeda there, and I do have a bet on that fight. Sean Campbell, shout out to my old college roommate making a stop in the fucking stream. I'm not breaking down that fight. Fuck that. Most confident pick this weekend. So initially, I had a parlay of Cody Stamann when he was fighting Andre Ewell, and I parlayed him with fuck's his name, Mike Rodriguez. I'm very confident Mike Rodriguez this weekend. Maybe the way people feel about Devontae Smith, like Z, in a sense, how he said that he's like riding with Devontae Smith. Not sure if he has a bet on him, but that's how I feel about Rodriguez. I do not think that Danilo Marquez is a good fighter at all. At all. The guy's dog shit. And I don't mean that as a personal insult, but skill wise, Rodriguez should be able to steamroll this guy. Kyle Marley making a quick appearance. Shout out, buddy. Appreciate you hopping on the stream. Yes, good luck to you. We all need some luck, considering the last 3 events have been a bit of a shit show. Creo Kai, I don't watch the Super Bowl. Oh, well, I lied. I don't mind watching the Super Bowl. I just don't bet on it. Though actually, I lied. I did bet on the Chiefs last year because I was looking for somebody. I forgot who I tailed. Maybe I'll just see who else I should tail and see what the consensus pick is and make a little bit of a wager on it. I have no fucking clue who's going to win. Only thing I know is that Tom Brady's in the Super Bowl. That's a bit. Roberto Lopez is like, I drink out of big mason jars too. Exactly. Hell yeah. There's like they carry so much water. I have a water bottle as well too, but like sometimes I'm just not able to get to it. Roberto Lopez is asking how many bets do I make an event? Um, Very rarely do I go over 4 bets. I have 3 bets for this weekend. I had 4 actually. One of them was Marion Renault. That fight obviously falls off. But yeah, very rarely will you ever see me have like 5 bets, even 4. I try to aim for 3-ish, like 3 of my safest or most confident spots. But it also depends on what's on the card, right? If I see like a ton of value in a lot of fights, I'm gonna take my shot. But more often than not, it's like 3 or 4 bets. Yep, I'm on Fajeda winning the rematch. Yes, Stefano, I agree with you. Valiev Statement is a solid parlay. I'm waiting for limits still to open up on my side. It's still like $160 limits. That's not how much I want to put on this bet, but the odds are continuing to get worse. Like I believe if I were to parlay them when I originally got it on Pinnacle, it was going to be like minus 174, and even that I had a little bit of an issue with. But yeah, I might actually parlay them with something else next week. I think this is the first time I've ever bet Rodriguez. I'm just saying. Well, then again, if you want to talk about Rodriguez, yeah, maybe Rodriguez will be my savior. Chiefs money line all day. All right, I don't mind betting against Tom Brady. I lost 37K on Masvidal versus Maya. God damn, that was a close fucking fight. That was a close fight. What's the most money I've won on an event? God, I think my best like recorded event was plus 11 units, which was plus $1,100. And in terms of losing, actually, no, I think it's the opposite. The most I've ever won in an event is like $1,300, and the most I lost was almost $1,000, $1,100. My worst event was an $1,100 event, and then less than that, I think was like 800. But yeah, the last little stretch though, since like the middle of last year, I've been doing pretty well. The last 3 lock of the night plays obviously not that good, but overall, like I'm still up like 30-ish units, which is a lot better than I was doing from like 2019 to middle of 2020. All right, I'm going to start to wrap this up real quick because it's getting quite late. I do got to be up for work. Socrates asking about Hosa Edwards. I got Hosa there. I'm kind of surprised that she's getting as big of a favorite as she is, but I do think that she wins that fight. I think my guy Luke mentioned it earlier from sparring with reality betting. Rosa by decision. Hosa by decision is plus 110. I think that's a solid spot. All right. I'm going to wrap this bitch up. I can't believe we got up to like almost 50 people at one point. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit the like button below. That helps me out a lot. Maybe it makes me realize that doing these late night things is not too bad of an idea, considering how savage all of you fucking guys are for even hopping on this stream with me. But yeah, make sure you guys hit the like button below. If you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe as well too. And tomorrow is Thursday, which means I'm going to be recording my DFS show for Sal Vetri's channel. That will be out, I don't know, either tomorrow, probably tomorrow evening. And then I'm doing my Propping You Up show on the Odds channel with Cody Saftik. And that's going down at 8 p.m. Eastern. So you guys will see a lot of me over the next couple days. All right. Appreciate you guys checking me out. And hit that like. See you guys. Appreciate you.